before the elections. The studio is buzzing, and I'm really, really happy today to have somebody from our local business community. Welcome, Jay. We've got Jay SESIGUZEL, who is the co-founder of the British Turkish Cypriot Professionals. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming on my program today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Before we start with the questions, your surname is of interest to me. It's SESIGUZEL, which in translation is...
Nice voice.
Nice voice. That's definitely a conversation starter, isn't it?
It is indeed. My Amja was a singer, so when he chose the name, he chose SESIGUZEL, and his favourite singer was Nuri SESIGUZEL. So yeah, that's where that comes from.
Oh, it's a very positive surname.
Thank you.
As you are too. Thank you very much for talking about that with me. Our first question, obviously, is what is the BTCP, British Turkish Cypriot Professionals?
Well, the BTCP is a collective of British-born Turkish Cypriot professionals that meet a few times a year to network, exchange contacts, and encourage British-born Turkish Cypriots to work together.
Oh, okay, fantastic. And why did you set it up?
So, a co-founder of the organisation and myself were talking, and we felt that there was nothing that represented British-born Turkish Cypriots to bring us together, to network, to do business. And we pulled in a few of our other contacts, and we decided to host an event. So the event is really to make sure that we celebrate the successful talents of the British-born Turkish Cypriots. At our events, we have some fantastic business owners, professionals from doctors to lawyers, business owners, and people in property, people in marketing like myself. And we just felt this would be a place where we could all do business, make sure that our community mixed together and supported each other and helped us on our successful journeys in growth.
Yes, I mean, for the fact that we are quite a small community, I have noticed that we're quite a successful community. And obviously in London, we seem to have a lot of us, you know, in one place. So I think definitely it was a very good idea. I mean, you've sort of spoken about how you set it up, but what's essentially the purpose of it? Like, what do you get out of actually networking and coming together?
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about the format. The format is quite a relaxed format. We usually meet in a London restaurant, either in central London or North London. And it starts with open networking drinks, and that's really a chance for you to speak to a mixture of people. Then we have a 2-course or 3-course meal, and we'll do some speed networking where we'll mix people around and make sure you can speak to as many people as possible. And the idea is that this is the first stage in building a new connection. So whether you're in a certain type of business and you need someone maybe to connect with to build your website, or for example, one of our co-founders is a travel agent. So whether you need someone to book your luxury holidays, it allows us to make sure that people in our community have people at the top of their game to turn to.
Yes.
And that's something really important. So you don't go to the events to do business or to sell to each other. It's the first point where we allow a connection or a relationship to start. And we've had some fantastic success stories of people making those connections at the events and then taking them from the events and working together going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I actually met you at one of the events, and it was a very positive feel. It was definitely, like you said, not just about meeting people and making money. It was actually about socializing and making connections, you know, one human being to another. And I quite like the fact that I remember you would like get people to do shout outs for other people. So you'd stand up and say something about someone else's business, which was like a celebration. And I really like that. I thought that was really, really positive. Obviously, the fact that you're a co-founder.
So I've been in business for 10 years. I run a company called Too Fresh, so that's toofresh.co.uk, and we're a video production agency. And what we do is we help businesses and brands reach, convert, and engage new clients through the power of video marketing. So from coming up with video marketing concepts to getting that video content out into their clients. And we have a team based in London, Fields Hackney, and we have animators, cameramen, editors, and we take care of the whole production for companies. And we work with a mixture of clients.
Yeah.
So we work with public sector clients from Enfield Council to Haringey Council, helping them promote new schemes that they have, to many corporate clients. So from BT to Macmillan to Pearson's, to your small, everyday, local plumbing company or restaurant that just wants to use video to grow. Yeah. And it's been a brilliant journey. 10 years in the making. We celebrate our 10th year this year. And there's been plenty of ups and downs in that. Yes. But we're growing every year. And we're really excited about the results we're delivering for our clients.
Yeah. Obviously, you're successful because you've mentioned lots of big business names there that you've made connections with. But for those people who are starting out in business, I mean, we were talking off camera how you said the first 3 years were really tough. Can you tell us a little bit about the first 3 years of your business? Yeah,
my pleasure. I mean, so my background is I'm a filmmaker by trade. I went to film school, specialised in directing, and with my business partner Andreas, we decided that we didn't want to work for anyone else. We saw a gap in the market to set up an online video business, and we set it up from our bedrooms, you know. No funding, no nothing, no support. You know, we both come from very working class backgrounds. And we just started knocking on doors, walking around Enfield town. Will you let us produce your video? Look what we can do. We started networking. We were working many hours. And the first 2 to 3 years were difficult. But we persevered because we knew that the service we were providing was second to none. And we always believed in a 10-year vision. We never saw it as a short-term, get-rich-quick.
Okay, so you had a business plan right from the start, a 10-year business plan, or did it sort of evolve as you went along?
We wrote a business plan from the very beginning, but I mean...
And does it look like it now?
No.
10 years, it's completely different, is it?
And it kind of goes out the window.
Yes.
It goes out the window because it's not a formula in those early days. You know, not everything goes to plan. But as long as you're positive and you believe in what you're selling and the service you're providing, things will start to happen that create great momentum, and that's what we've done.
So yeah, it's that self-belief really, and not giving up when things get tough, because that's normal. That's meant to happen, right?
It's meant to happen.
It's meant to happen.
Totally.
I mean, it sort of leads me on to the next question, which I'm going to read out. What advice would you give other young British Turkish Cypriots who want to start their own business?
The advice I would give would be, firstly, to think about why you want to go into business. That question of what's your why really does matter. If it's just to make money, that's not enough. You know, what is it you're trying to achieve? What difference or impact do you want your business to have? That is a bigger reason to get up early in the morning and to work hard, or to work late, or to sell your service with passion and enthusiasm.
Yes, I like that word, passion. You need to have some sort of passion for what you do.
Yes, it can't just be about making money.
Otherwise, I suppose, what's the point of setting up your own business? Then you might as well go to work for a company or somebody else. But if you have that vision, you have that passion, I think that's when you are made for business, certainly. I mean, a lot of people do think this about business. They think, oh, it's about making money, but it's not. It's actually a lot of passionate people with clear visions that actually are business people. I think quite emotional, so it's not an unemotional thing, it's quite an emotional thing, which I agree with you there. And it sort of leads me on to the next question. What drives you in business? Is it that passion? What drives you?
Yeah, I would say that the driver behind business is I want to have a positive impact through the work I do. So whether that's creating a film for a charity that raises that charity a lot of money, or whether that's helping a business go from 10 million to 20 million because of the video content that we've done for them, there's real satisfaction in both of those. And if we can help businesses and have a positive impact through our filmmaking skills and our video marketing skills, then the money follows.
Can you tell me, what was the big moment that turned your whole business around? Because you are working with some quite big companies and big names, and you've told me also that you've travelled a lot as well because of your business. What was that big turning point? Was there a moment, or was it a gradual thing?
It's a gradual thing. There's no moments. It's doing loads of right things consistently for a long period of time. And I would say that the one biggest thing is to invest. Yeah, whether you're investing time or money, you cannot grow a business without that.
Yeah.
You need to pump time, money, or both of those to really grow. So whether you invest in team, hiring staff, investing in marketing, investing in learning, whether that's becoming a better salesperson, becoming a better marketeer, if you don't invest in these things, it's very difficult to have major growth and success. That's my true belief.
There might be people out there, especially the youngsters, who might say, yeah, but I don't have money. I don't have any money to start my business. You said to me that you started in your bedroom. So I'm assuming you didn't have a whole heap of money when you started out. So is it possible to start a business and make it successful without having a penny in your pocket?
100%. We started our business without a penny in our pocket. You know, we were working part-time jobs just to make money and get by as we started to grow our business. So we didn't have money, but what we had was time, energy, belief, hard work, lack of sleep, getting up 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That's what you can substitute if you don't have the money.
The money, yeah. And you also said that you had side jobs.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea, not to feel, you know, embarrassed to work in McDonald's or to be doing something that's not exactly your passion. If it's getting you some sort of funds to drive your passion, you're saying do it. It's worth it.
100%. You know, we quit our side jobs at the point that the business was making enough money to cover that cost. But until then, you got to work and get your income in whatever way you can.
Yes, and it's also, like you're saying, waking up 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. So it's not easy. It's difficult.
No, it is difficult, but that's the difference. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, definitely. So you're saying don't feel disillusioned, just persevere. Right, we've got to talk about the elections a little bit.
Okay.
I won't ask you a personal question of who you're going to vote for, but certainly you're going to vote, right? We're going to vote tomorrow. We
100%.
definitely have to vote, everybody. What are your priorities as a business owner for the next government? What would you like to see?
I would like to see a government that invests in all people. That's really important. I think investment in small and medium-sized businesses is key. You know, small and medium-sized businesses are, in my opinion, the backbone of the economy. So we need a government that will give them as much support as possible, whether that's grants or encouragement or opportunities, public sector tenders, works.
Lower business rates, maybe.
Lower business rates. Let's get the high street busy. I believe that's really, really important because it's small businesses that create work.
Yes.
You know, and if you're creating work, you're making the economy thrive. So I would like to see a government that helps small and medium-sized businesses, but then I would also like that government to make sure that they're taking care of people that might not be in a position to be taken care of. So, you know, I'm a true believer in good social care, great education, great policing, the NHS being looked after. So I'm happy to pay more taxes if all of these things are funded properly. Yeah,
definitely. I'm in agreement with that. Right, my sort of last question, because we're running out of time now, is as well as being a driven businessman, entrepreneur, how do you sort of find that work-life balance? What sort of things do you do creatively or exercise?
Spending time with the family. I love my family. You know, that gives me a lot of joy. It's very important. That's one of the reasons I work so hard, is to spend time with my family. But also exercise. I like to box. Going out for runs clears the head. Meditation, visualization. These are all part of my routine that keep me healthy and keep me mentally focused.
I found it quite interesting what you talked about with visualization. The fact that we were discussing it's not just about physical exercise, but actually mentally exercising as well. Can you speak to me about your visualization? Because I found that really interesting.
Sure.
So audience.
Most days I'll try to get in at least 5-10 minutes in the morning where I'll do some positive visualization. So that's looking at my day, how I want it to go, and picturing my bigger picture. Do
you do that with your eyes shut, or do you look in the mirror? How do you do that, visualization?
So there's two things I've got. I've got positive affirmations that I'll say into the mirror, And then I'll take 5-10 minutes where I'll put on some relaxing music and I'll picture the future that I want. So the house I want to live in, the car I want to drive, the size of my business, the turnover of my business. And I find that days where I implement that, I have a much happier and much more productive day.
Wow, that's really interesting, because a lot of people are thinking about that, you know, having, you know, good mental health, exercising yourself mentally. And I think that's a really, really nice, easy and doable technique that people can do. But obviously, like you said, you don't always do it every day, and the days that you do it, you see that difference, which is really, really interesting. I mean, it's been great having you on my program today. Hopefully you'll come again and tell us about your events. Have you got any events coming up at all for your
So stay tuned. Our next event is likely to be in March.
Oh, okay.
If you want more information about it, you can go on our Facebook page. So if you type in BTCP, British Turkish Cypriot Professionals, in Facebook.
That's important, actually. Let's tell our audience about that. So you've got a Facebook page. Do you have a website?
We don't currently have a website,
okay,
but the Facebook page is where we do most of our communication.
And if we repeat that, what's it called?
So British Turkish Cypriot Professionals. If you type that in Facebook, you'll find our page, and we'll have the latest information about the upcoming events. But keep March in mind, 2020.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you, it's been my pleasure.
It's been my pleasure too. Thank you very much. That's all from us. Have a very good evening from Eurogenç TV. Good night.